Hello and welcome to week 9 of Composition 2. It's going to be a busy week, but I hope that the amount of assignments I have are going to make things easier for you. We really have 3 things for us to do this week. Oh, really 4, I'm sorry. We have a reading assignment, but then we are working on revising our book review and submitting 2 very rough working drafts of the first 2 sections of our research project, the overview and the review of literature. So if you go through the assignments, you'll see that we have our book review is due on Saturday night. So take this week to review your comments from me and from your classmates. I am still about halfway through commenting on all the drafts. It's just been taking a little longer than I wanted to because of non-school reasons. But you'll have your book review with the works cited page, and then I'm asking you to include a 250-word reflection that explains the process of your revision based on the comments you received from me and from your peers. What did you do to make your paper better? So I just want you to think about that a little bit. By starting on Wednesday, we have the first section of our project due as a rough draft. This is a working rough draft of the overview. I just basically want you to take the research you have and start explaining where you're coming into this conversation. Here's my topic. This is what I want to argue about, and this is where I hope to go. I'm asking you to read a section from the Little Seagull Handbook on Proposals. That will be very helpful because an overview and a proposal are very similar because they both kind of set up the main idea. We should be able to read your overview and understand what your argument is and where your call to action will go. I do have in the research project folder a presentation right here, a video lesson, and then a PowerPoint about that. That's going to go over what it is we're trying to do. You will also want to make sure you're looking at these examples so you can see how the overview works. That'll be due Wednesday. I'm asking you to post this directly. Just copy and paste right into the discussion board. Do not submit an attachment because that's just an extra step for everybody. You have to open it up. So it's going to mess up the formatting, and that is all right. This is just a draft. But there's some questions I want you to answer for your classmates, for 5 of them. This is going to help you think a little bit more about your own overview. We're doing the same thing on Friday for our review of literature. Review of literature is very similar to an annotated bibliography. So if you need to research that a little bit, you can read your Little Seagull Handbook. But I'm just interested in the source title and the author and a description of what the main idea is, how is it going to help your paper. Just a couple of lines. We're not looking for a full-blown, full-page summary. This is just going to show people what sort of research you've been reading, and I think that's an important thing to include. That's due Friday, and then comments will be due Sunday, so there's 6 questions for you to fill in. So there's a lot of stuff going on over this weekend. It gives you the entire week to work on this. I hope that's going to be fine. I did include a timeline. I'll try to get week 10 and 11 up over this weekend, so you can have that as well. But week 10, we're doing a draft of the editorial analysis, which is where you're comparing pro and con argument within your topic, and I'll have some tips on how to find those. And then week 11, the draft of your argument is due. So by the time you've done your editorial analysis and your overview, you're going to have a good idea about what it is you want to argue, what your conclusion is going to be. Then week 12 is going to be the draft of your call to action. We have a week off where you're going to put together a presentation and do your final project, where all 5 sections are going to be due. In that time, I'm sure your overview and review of literature are going to change a little bit, and that is okay. And then week 15, we're going to watch each other's presentations, not all of them because there's too many of us, but within your group, and then provide comments while I grade your projects. And then week 16, we have what's called a capstone, which is a reflection on your paper, and it's also your last chance to have a final say, to put the last word in about your topic. And so in this point, you'll address any questions or criticisms about your argument and call to action. So there will be a little bit more additional research involved. But that is where we are for this week, and I hope it all goes well for you. If you have questions, please contact me.